Oh, hi there, it's Dan Amrich from oneofswords.com, and today I'm here at the studios of Beachhead with two of the big muckety mucks who are going to bring Call of Duty Elite to you later this summer, rather. The beta is going to start in July, and then more and more people will join it over the course of the summer until it launches alongside Modern Warfare 3 in November of this year. But, you know, being that it's a staged beta where they add more and more people over the course of the summer, everybody's not going to be able to get in right away. So I figured for those of you who are patiently waiting to join this beta, you would probably like a guided tour from the people who made it. And you're going to feel good about yourself because we're going to use my stats. So this is a real live beta. This is what the site is actually going to look like. There might be a couple of things that are still in progress, so please bear with us on that. You're going to see some, temporary elements here and there, but more or less this is exactly what they've been working on and what you're going to see a little bit later this year. So I'm here with two people. Choco Sonny, he's the studio head at Beachhead.
Hey.
And Noah Heller, he is the product director at Beachhead.
Hey now.
And and with that, why don't you show people what you've got going here with Elite using my embarrassing stats.
Oh boy, our favorite. Nothing like embarrassing someone. So what we're looking at right now is your Black Ops player card. So Call of Duty Elite is organized by these four pillars: career, connect, compete, and improve. And that's kind of the ways we think about the service. We think about what's going on in Call of Duty, what's your Call of Duty life like, how do you meet other people, what's social networking in Call of Duty, what's there to do every night, how do you compete with other players, and how do you get better. Those are the ways we think about Call of Duty Elite. And so we're going to ground ourselves right now by looking at you, One of Swords, and looking at your Elite summary. And this is your Black Ops player card. You can see I can select your Elite summary, and there's a placeholder here for Modern Warfare 3. And on any page in Call of Duty Elite, it's really easy to navigate. You can just scroll right down. Or you can use these handy-dandy little anchor links on the side here to zoom to a section like the leaderboard tracker. And we'll come back to that a little bit later and talk about the leaderboard tracker. So you can see navigation's really easy. It's just about scrolling up and down.
Okay.
Okay. So right now we're looking at your career summary. We got your major stats here, like your winning percentage, your kill-death ratio, your XP, and you can see the stats that lead up to that. We even have cool things here like the level calculator. Dan, how much can you play? Tell us.
I'm playing maybe an hour a day if I'm lucky, because Kat and I are playing together, so that's kind of fun. So if I play an hour a day...
Let's see if an hour a day, and how long will it take you to get to Prestige 15, max the whole game out?
Sure, because that's going to happen. Let's see what my impossible dream is.
Fantastic. 1.1 years, that's achievable.
Excellent. That's achievable if I refuse to play Modern Warfare 3.
So, this is a great indication. We're going to leave that up there at 1.1 years.
Great.
It's almost a little depressing.
It's more than a little.
One of the things we can do with Call of Duty Elite is we can see the rate at which you earn XP, and we can go in there and actually calculate how long it will take you to meet certain goals if you keep up the rate at which you're earning right now.
Okay.
So wherever we can, we kind of build in that little functionality. It's pretty cool. Here are the hours you've played, 66. That's a lot.
Yeah.
We'll look at some people that have more later.
Okay.
But we're going to go right now to recent matches first. So recent matches is one of the really cool features. It's all about, Call of Duty Elite is all about kind of cracking open all this multiplayer data that we've had for years and years as we've built this big, beautiful Call of Duty backend and giving it to the fans. So the recent matches thing right here is about looking at all the matches you've played recently. You can go back up to 30 days, but here are your last 10. And then you can open them up, take a look at the heat map, and really understand what happened in that match.
I lost. Oh no, I won. I actually won that one.
Yeah, this was a good match for you, man.
See, my guess, my default is that I'm probably losing.
Well, you've got to believe.
All right.
You got to have aspirations, Dan.
Yeah, all right.
So right here, we're looking at the heat map, and you can see the green lines here are your kills. So you were working it with the AUG.
Yeah, I had just unlocked it, so I wanted to give it a workout.
There you go, and you can see the red lines are the deaths.
So it really gives you an ability to kind of walk through almost like a virtual replay of your match, according to your kills and your deaths.
So that's pretty cool. You can also click on, your kill-death ratio. In this game, you were 12 out of 15. Well, you can see where your deaths occurred.
I was fighting hard for B, right around the bomber there, and these guys were just you can see up there in the window, opposite.
Yeah, you were getting a few kills out of that.
Yeah, that guy was just hosing me, and so I kept trying to throw grenades up there to stop him.
Let's see a couple times there. You can see he hosed you coming from that side.
Yeah.
Although one thing I noticed here is actually you didn't spend much time in this building here.
I didn't.
Coming out from under the plane. That's a really good way to ambush guys. So, you can start seeing that you learn things
Next
by just looking at the
time,
map.
yeah.
Yep.
You can crack open the scoreboard here and, get the detailed view of what actually happened in the match, just like it would be in game, right? And, you can even click on any of these guys. I don't know who they are, but
yeah, I don't know who they are
let's
either.
make Volant Halo famous. How you doing, man?
Welcome to internet fame.
And you can actually pull up, his player card, or T-Paul, and understand a little bit of what happened. So here we're looking at Volant Halo's player card.
Okay.
Give it a second to load up here. We're still getting the beta hardware together.
Yeah.
You can even look at his recent matches, or take a look at, his custom classes. So it's pretty cool. You can load up any player. I'm going to put myself in here.
Yeah, I'm guessing your stats are going to be better than mine.
Well, I'm okay. I'm not great yet.
Wow, there's a lot of you.
Yeah, what's really cool here is you can search for something like Noah, and you get who has a Noah on Xbox Live that's played Call of Duty. In this case, I am the Noah.
You're the one with the Elite logo as your emblem.
Yeah, that's true too.
That makes sense.
And it's really easy to just grab a friend and then load up his player card and take a deeper look at him. So right here you can see me. My KD ratio, I've got above 1.
Stop rubbing it in.
Hours played. Well, let's actually see how we do.
This is a really cool feature because what it does is it enables you to do a kind of a top-line comparison across a number of different things. Everything from your career stats, your personal bests, and your leaderboards relative to the other players. So you'll see those big, long red bars are Noah.
Yeah, they are.
And
I've never been described that way. But actually, your winning percentage is better than mine. I must rage quit too much or something like that. No, I don't really rage quit. Don't take away my Call of Duty credentials. But it's really cool because you can find ways to beat me, right? Like you can see that my most headshots, I'm at 8 and you're at 6. So just get to 8 in a game and you beat me at something.
That'd be nice.
You can also track me. We'll come back to that later. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at a really good player. So we've made fun of this guy a lot in Elite Press. This is our own Jay, or a Kid fan.
it's actually hard to make fun of him when you look at how good his stats are.
Yeah, this is somebody who you don't necessarily want to make fun of, but it's nice to. Well, I know Jay from long ago. Like, Jay and I are actually old friends, and once upon a time he was like top 10 in the world at one of the Call of Duty games. I forget which one it was, but when I found that out, I was just terrified. So I'm expecting great, like KDRs of like 1.4. Oh, I had a bad round with a KDR of 1.4.
Yeah,
the poor guy.
Looks like Jay's average games are in the 2s and 3s. He's a pretty good player. So we use him as a benchmark for everyone, really. And I'm looking at the chart view right now. Let's actually go back to your career and take a look at that. It's one of the really cool ways we wanted to be able to read data.
Okay.
So the chart view lets you kind of get a glimpse into like how you've been trending in your recent matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here are all your recent matches, and you can even change the lines so they're prettier. And you can see that from match to match, you're hovering, kind of in the 0.5 KD ratios.
With a couple of really embarrassing 0.2s.
But if you can get these spikes to line up and start becoming,
right.
If you can look at this game, here you had a 1.23, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
You're running the Galil, maybe that's the gun for you. The Galil is a lot less recoil than the AUG, which is what you used in your other games. So, maybe that's the gun for you here.
And that's the way that I use this part of the site as well, is I look at kind of changes that I've made in either my loadouts or the perks that I'm running or how I'm using a particular weapon, and I see the impact on the actual statistical performance across a variety of stats, everything from kills to score per minute. I mean, it's interesting when you can start to see trends and use that to inform your play style. So,
and actually, since we've been looking at your matches, it's actually updated your rate of XP gain, and you'll see you've cut your time to Prestige 50.
Excellent.
From 1 year to 6.5 months.
I'm already there. The longer this demo goes, I'll be Prestige 15 by the end of it. That's
You're making
great.
progress. I'm proud of you.
I like that.
So this is pretty cool. Like a lot of tools in career to understand your performance. You can take a look at your loadouts here, right? And I can see.
Well, I'm an assault rifle guy, pretty clearly.
Yeah, but you can click on something like the Galil right here, and you can actually see where do you progress against the challenges.
Okay.
So we'll take a little deeper look at that too when we go to the Galil page, which is pretty cool. You can take a look at your personal bests, like that most headshot stat. Mm-hmm. It's like a really quick look at what's going on. We're working on the leaderboard tracker right now.
Sure.
We'll get back to that later. And then you can also take a look at your weapon performance here, right? And how many kills did you get with grenades? What have you been doing with equipment?
My claymores. I'm all about the claymore.
You are all
like
about the
because I'm
claymore.
a bad shot, but I know I can get him. I can bite him in the ankles, and I'm going to be okay.
It's a free kill, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You can also see
I got
what,
no
what are you
shame.
killed most by? You know, FAMAS, not really surprising, right? That's a super popular gun online.
Right.
Although you might be able to look at like what's trending up, you know, or what have I done well with accuracy on? You know, no surprise the shotgun's in there.
Sure.
You've been getting some sniper rifle play recently too.
I've been trying a little bit. Yeah.
You know, they recently made this gun a little bit more powerful.
Oh, okay.
A lower torso shot will kill with it, so that's pretty cool. And then here's your theater, you know, clips you've uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
So really this whole section is about, you know, how do you get a deeper insight into your Call of Duty career. I'm going to jump over to Improve now. Because this is how you get better, right? And that's really where you go with the next step. So, you know, I saw that you had a pretty good match. I think it was on Hazard, right? So we can crack open like Hazard. You know, we get like a nice page on the match.
Mm-hmm.
We get a good high-res map that you can use to plan strategy in the different game modes. So, like, you ever wonder where those Dom capture points are? We've got that for you right away. You know, you ever wonder where all the different headquarters can go?
Right.
You know, we talked to a guy the other day at one of our events. He thought, like, headquarters locations were always totally random. Like, he didn't understand that from a design standpoint, there are only a few places you can put a headquarters so
Right.
that they're really cool and fun to capture. So you can see all the headquarters points on this map. And then you can take a look at your weapons within Improve. Right? So what was your gun?
Galil. I am using the Galil a lot.
Right. So we can crack open the Galil here. And then look, you know, you got some overview of the weapon, some tips on how to use it. You know, you can take a look at the different attachments and what's your progress with them, or how do they affect the stats of the weapon.
Okay.
You can look at your performance with the weapon, right? And,
Right.
And like, I always want to know, like, okay, man, just 3 more headshots rather, and I unlock a big challenge.
Yeah, it definitely changes the way that you play, knowing your progress against challenges. You know, because as everybody knows, there's some big things in game that come out as a result of completing those challenges. So, as a for instance, I noticed that I was close on an attack helicopter challenge, killing them. I just get extraordinarily pleasure from targeting them and then seeing that scrapped, the word scrapped on the screen. So
Sure.
I had spent a lot of time on that, and then I saw that it was, I think, 2 kills away from completing a challenge on that. And that was information that I surfaced on this that then informed how I was going to play the game later on. So
Okay.
it was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
those challenges are in the game, but this makes it really easy to look at them, or, you know, you're at work, you're on the road, and you can
Right.
see it. You know, we're looking at the M16 right now. First of all, you can see right away just 2 more kills with it.
Yeah, see,
right?
I don't usually use it because I'm more of a, you know, pray and spray kind of guy, so I'm using the Enfield if I have the option.
Right.
But
Pick
a
it up
friend
one
told
match,
me,
2 more
yeah,
kills,
like,
and you're
you know,
done.
grab the M16, it'll teach you really how to aim, and
Right.
you got to make every shot count.
Yeah.
So. You know, it's actually, for a starter weapon, it's not one I'm very good with, and I'd like to get better because it seems like it's the default weapon. Like,
Yep.
no matter what, I can always access that. So I'd kind of like to fill that in.
You know, we even offer videos on the different weapons, you know, and more coming every day that give you some insight into how to use the weapon. You know, a big shout out here to the community and Xbox Ahoy, who's been working with us to put these together. And you can see there's a guide here on, like, how to use the M16.
M16. It fires a 3-round burst and is available for use in multiplayer right from the start. In-game, the damage dealt is relatively high, on par with the other high-damage automatic rifles, needing just 3 shots to kill to the body within effective range. This means that the M16 is capable of killing in 1 burst, although all shots have to connect unless 2 strike the head. Outside effective range, a 2-burst kill
So you can
seems
see
more
there's a
likely,
lot of really good stuff here.
hitting the
We'll
Right.
show you. We'll show you how the gun looks through the red dot sights, what the different attachments do. You know, really Improve is your manual and your guide to multiplayer, and that's not something we've had in the past on Call of Duty. So that's pretty cool. And you can see everything's here. From
Like,
what are
wow.
the perks?
Okay.
How do you get to the pro perk? Right? You know, people are always asking that. Like, you know, do you like hardline?
I do like hardline because it's the only way I get kill streaks.
There you go. Here's some tips. Like, this is a great one that people don't think about. Like, if you've got second chance running, you get that 1 more kill you might need for the next kill streak.
Right.
Right? And you haven't been using hardline at all in this prestige.
No, not this time around.
So you can see what's the path to pro, right? You got to
Okay.
do these.
Well, yeah.
So get to it, man.
Yes, sir. Okay, all right. I've been focusing on other stuff, but yeah, you're right.
You know, Chaco mentioned shooting down the helicopter, right? So, you know, you can really
Which I
quickly
do a
see
lot.
1 more attack helicopter, right? And you're going to get a nice XP bump. So
Yeah.
that's Improve is really cool for that kind of stuff. But let's jump over to Connect. So Connect is one of those areas where we're really taking Call of Duty to the next level, we hope, and really building a social networking layer. So right here at the home page for Connect, you've got your groups, theater, and clans. And what I'm going to do today is show you a little bit deeper in groups and a little bit deeper in theater. Clans is a feature that's coming soon.
Okay.
Here's some of the groups you're in. Ninjas and Greek gods.
Yeah,
and
sure, why
Knicks,
not?
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan. Everybody knows I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm happy that there's, right now, again, the beta isn't up when we're doing this video, so there's going to be, I swear to God, there's going to be a lot more Knicks fans.
Be a lot.
Oh, there will be Knicks fans.
Absolutely.
The running joke here is whether there'll be lots of Clippers fans.
Yeah.
But you can see that a group can go up to 1 million members, right? And as a group gets more popular and hits these levels, we'll unlock stuff for the whole group.
Oh,
Even
okay.
allowing them to customize this image. This is kind of the default image, but you'd probably like a basketball there or a Kobe. And you can see, look, you're number 2 on the leaderboard, Dan.
Yeah! I'm
Number 2.
It's great when nobody's around. I'm always number 1 when nobody's around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so if I have some obscure interest, well, everybody knows I'm a really big Ghostbusters fan, right? Like, I've got the outfit, the whole thing. So I can type in Ghostbusters, and I would be able to find other Ghostbusters fans, and we could just have that. And we could... Now, there's a comment board here. You're typing in some... I'm a really good Ghostbusters fan. But like if I wanted to just get together with all the Ghostbusters fans and have like a, hey, let's have a Ghostbusters fan night where we do nothing but get in a giant party and quote the movie endlessly to each other to our own amusement and nobody else's annoyance.
Right.
I could do that by saying, hey, Ghostbusters, because we're having a Black Ops night tonight, jump on, we're going to play Domination.
Well, let's try it, man. Let's start a Ghostbusters group.
Okay.
So starting a group's really easy. Dan, I'm going to have you just type in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You can see even just typing G, I can see some of the other groups that have come up during the beta.
Game of Thrones.
From
and,
Guadalajara
yeah.
to Roman gods. And let's put in, there is no
Grizzlies.
Ghostbusters group yet.
Sorry, like yeah, the one thing that Knicks fans have is we're not Grizzlies fans.
Ghostbusters one word or two?
Yeah, one word.
Sorry, man.
Any true fan would know.
I
That.
swear, Noah.
God damn it! I even dressed 2nd grade Halloween. I had the glow in the dark glue on.
There we go.
Look,
I'm head Ghostbuster right now.
This is one of the cool things. Like if you're the first to come up with a group, you are master of your universe.
Look at that.
Look at that.
It's the
Number
only
one.
time I'm ever going to get this ego stroke in my
Isn't that
entire
cool?
life. Oh, wow.
And so what groups are right now are they're a cool way to compete with people you've never competed with before.
Right.
They're a way to connect with other users that you might not know. Let's make a One of Swords group for you.
Yeah. Oh, no, all one word.
You're killing me.
Well, okay, well, if it's, I don't know, whatever.
Like that?
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
the way I prefer.
And, bam. Oh,
Ooh,
I'm
that
sorry.
tag is reserved.
We reserved that one only for your true fans.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Of which you're not one of them.
Yeah. Well, when I get into the beta for real, that's nice to know. So nobody else can like take the group from me. But then again, it's a common group. Like anybody that when this launches, anybody that wants to join One of Swords can join One of Swords. Just say I'm a fan of One of Swords, and therefore that's how I want to identify myself.
Actually, we even give you control over that, Dan. Because we'll let you say, do I want to let anyone in, or just lock it down to just the true believers.
So this is just for the One of Swords group, right?
Yes.
Right. This is not okay.
We do this.
People.
Yeah, we do this for a few of our key PR outlets, but otherwise groups are open to everyone.
Well, I'm kind of a big deal, so you know.
You are kind of a big deal.
The only true muckety muck in the room.
Right.
It's a true statement.
Okay.
So groups are pretty cool. Down here we do featured groups. This is just kind of stuff we're promoting for a little while. Get people into Warriors or basketball teams or top 100 cities. It's a way for us to rally people to a cause of group membership.
Right, just like something that you do affiliate with. Now you could just as easily do a tag for any hobby or your zip code or your city or your school. Like I in an earlier version I had my college up there just to see who else may have gone to my college.
We really want to see
let's put that in there.
Yeah,
Ithaca College.
Right. Oh, sorry.
Ithaca College, Ithaca forever.
We really want to see how people use this. I mean, we're looking forward to seeing all different types.
Number one again.
All different types of things.
It's total ego stroke.
Yeah.
That people use this for. So we think the obvious ones will be sports teams and affiliations like that, but there may be people who group around all kinds of different stuff, whether it's just interests or issues of the day, like things that might be coming up as big things that people are interested in.
Like karate sleepovers.
Karate sleepover.
But we're not going to join that group. That's
my
for
favorite is
special
that you
people
misspelled Ithaca, and everybody's going to think that as an
Did I?
Ithaca graduate that I misspelled my
That's
alma mater. But all right, we'll let that one slide.
We'll never admit to it.
Okay. Anyway,
so headed over to theater here. Another piece of Connect. You know, we talked a lot before we kind of organized theater under Connect, because theater is really about, you know, meeting other players, being exposed to their play. You know, right now we're looking at the staff picks challenge. So we have a live staff that goes in and like looks for cool video that the community is making and just kind of promotes them to the staff picks channel. So all the stuff here is curated and hopefully is a bunch of really cool stuff. It looks like this guy is just gonna, you know, go a little crazy here, mowing the people down. You know, that's good fun. Other things we can do is we can take a look at, you know, like say the most liked videos, the most viewed, or the most recent videos, and you can really, you know, take a look at that video and try and understand, you know, why the most liked, connect with the guy,
right.
See if your friends are in it, you know, which is also pretty cool.
Just like the most popular highlight reels that exist, you can basically hit them at any time.
Exactly. And what you can also do here is if you select channel, you can even see my cameos. So this is video you've uploaded. Cameos is video you've appeared in.
Okay, so when somebody shoots me in the head and they go, "Oh my God, look, I shot one of Swords in the head," I get to see that over and over and over again,
totally.
because my gamer tag is already in there.
Totally. Look, this guy right here is doing some kind of quick scope montage, right? You could be the guy shot there. You could be the guy running around in the background. He misses, and we'll still put you in as a cameo. So it's a chance for you to kind of be discovered and be a star, even if you don't really want to, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of good stuff here in the theater section. A lot of tools to, you know, navigate it. You can link your YouTube account and, you know, and just be notified every time video appears. And so we're still learning and playing with what the community wants here. But if there are other requests, like a knife kill channel or something like that, we'll add that as well.
Okay.
Plans will be coming soon. We'll have more to tell people about that in the future. But let's jump over to Compete. So Compete is what's on Call of Duty tonight. What's there to do every night? And we're looking at the program guide. Now, you know, we're testing right now, so there are a lot of test events and operations up here, but by the time your users are actually playing on the site, which is really soon now, they're going to be playing the real stuff.
Okay.
So you can see events are open to everyone. Events are stuff like take the best screenshot capture, right? Like, let's take a look at this funniest picture event, right? So you upload your best screenshot. You know, normally when it's a non-test event, there'd be a good description here of what you might win, like an iPad or something like that. And you click right here, and you can pull the screenshot right out of your queue.
Okay, so this ties in my existing account, like any of the screenshots I already have in my file share for Black Ops.
Exactly, unless you've already submitted it to an event before, because you have to capture new stuff, right?
Oh, that's good. So you can't just have like
your go-to,
right? Like these are the 6 shots that I'm waiting, you know, that I'm going to win every contest.
Yeah, I'm going to keep submitting these until one of these wins.
Right.
And then you can see that we give away some cool digital badges. So like this, for example, is the King of the Hill badge. You know, we're kind of cheating here and using it for a capture the flag.
Right. It's
but you know, if you win, you'll win that badge. And you can see down here, you know, the top 10% will win a gold, the top 25 a silver, the top 45 a bronze. Only one guy gets a champion badge, of course. And then because this is a test operation, there are no winners. But we're getting the site ready to go, and we're testing all these things. And our goal is that every night you've got something to do, like get the most kills in 24 hours, or you know, get the best win-loss percentage in Search and Destroy. You know, it'll lead you to experiment with different game modes. And frankly, because it's about doing the best you can over a short period of time, you know, anyone can get lucky and win.
Right.
Even you, Dan.
I was going to say, it's good if it's luck, I'm there.
Well, take our friend Kid Fan, right? Like, the fact is, if he played for 24 hours, he beat you or me. But if we force him to, you know, work on writing specs or something like that, and you just play for 24 hours, you're probably going to beat him on most kills.
So the idea is that we're rewarding 2 different things, you know, or a range of things, not just how great you are in specific stats, but also like your commitment to the individual challenge itself. Right. So persistence in that.
So if you really want to focus on whatever that challenge is, you have a high chance of.
You know, and the other thing to really take away from this is you'll remember on that main page for program guide, the goal here really is to have something new and different going on with Call of Duty every single day, right? So that calendar that you saw in program guide will literally allow you to see what's going on right now, what am I enrolled in, what are my friends enrolled in, or sort of enlisted in rather, and what are the things that I can get on. And instead of just playing a random game of Call of Duty when you jump on and just seeing what's out there, maybe you're going for most kills, maybe you're going for most captures, maybe you're enrolled in a contest in some kind of operation where you feel like you have an overall purpose, right? So again, think of it like almost like your guide to what's happening right now in Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually a great one because defends are critical for headquarters. Your team has to capture first, and then you have to stop the other team from getting in. So if you focus on playing for defense and headquarters, it's about survivability. Sticking around after the point has been captured and your team winning. But the best headquarters player is not necessarily the best defender. So this is a chance for you to focus on something, and win a sweet little, heroic savior badge right here.
It's also important to remember, no, I can't remember if you mentioned this, in addition to digital prizes, there are real physical prizes that we're going to be giving away. And I think we mentioned this a couple of times when we went out and did press on this originally, but even during the beta, there's going to be operations that have physical prizes, everything like iPads and...
We're giving away a Jeep. We've said it before. We'll say it again.
Exactly. But again, players should just sort of keep an eye on it and go, hey, what could I win today? Whether it's an Xbox or an iPad or even all kinds of cool Elite swag, from belt buckles to, iPhone covers. So...
Yeah, and there's a lot of content here. I want to point out these little blue texts. These are on every page, and they're a quick sort of cheat sheet on what is the feature, what am I looking at. We'll be talking about leagues soon too. Leagues are pretty cool.
Okay.
They're like kind of like a softball league. Like you've got 6 weeks to be the best in the world, and we award trophies and stuff like that for leagues. So that's really cool. So I'm gonna head back to the career page now.
Back to my small little numbers.
And now we'll look at the elite summary. I think this will make a little bit more sense now that you and your listeners have been briefed. So you have no friends.
Yeah.
We'll fix that.
No, I don't know if you can fix that, actually.
Yeah. Maybe this should actually say get some rather than there's an error.
Yeah.
You can look at your feed, and so
I
once you have
appreciate the
friends,
fake error message so that I don't feel bad about the fact that I have no friends. Like, oh, they must have just not loaded. It's not that you don't have any. It's just like, yeah, the data just wasn't there for you.
And you can see anything someone does who potentially could be a friend of yours, you can see here.
Right.
This is actually Chaco, and he added you to his leaderboard tracker even before you guys don't even have a friend relationship. So you get a notification when other people are following you, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And of course, you can turn that stuff on.
And I'm tracking you because you added yourself to my tracked players earlier in this.
You're not stalking
this
me,
thing, right?
To my knowledge. Quick overview of your groups. As you win those badges, they appear here, and sort of your top 5 are here.
Right.
So this is kind of cool from like a scouting report standpoint. Like I can go and check you out and understand, are you as good as you say you are? And so the ones for events will appear here, and operations here, and then as we add more types of competition, they'll appear down here.
All right.
Think of it almost like your virtual trophy case, right? And again, if you're the type of player that has a ton of different trophies, you're going to be able to select which ones you want to be your most impressive achievements on there, so that other people who may be putting together clans might be able to look at this and go, hey, yeah, this guy is great at X, Y, and Z, and we want to have him be part of the team.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good overview of Call of Duty Elite. The beta will be starting really soon.
Yep.
There will be bugs.
Yeah.
Hopefully far less than in this demo.
Well, you had mentioned this before, Chaco, when you guys were on the podcast, that this is really a live beta. You need people to hit this, and you need to see how it breaks so that you know how to fix it.
There's 2 things really that we're testing for. First one is functionality. We just want to make sure that everything's working correctly, and we don't run into situations where people's user experience is functionally borked, for lack of a better word.
Functionally borked.
So that's the first thing. And then the second thing that we really want to get a sense for, the sort of the features that we developed here were the result of a lot of research into kind of what players would find useful. But we want to see how everyone uses it, how the community uses these features. If there's things that are more useful, things that are less useful, we want to get your feedback. So there's going to be really clear links within the site itself for people to go and say, hey, you know what, I thought this was really cool, groups are great because of X, Y, and Z, or hey, I think you can make this better by doing X, Y, and Z for this particular section of the site. So please, I want everybody to feel like they can be part of the process, essentially, of designing what we do with Elite as a project on an ongoing basis.
Now, there was a big news that said 2 million people have already signed up for the beta. But there's 30 million Call of Duty players worldwide. So 2 million is actually not enough, right? Like, you guys are still accepting beta things, and you still want more people.
Absolutely. Please, if people are interested in getting in, we want as many people to register as possible. We're going to do our best to get to a scale where we can take all of those people. So yeah, definitely don't be shy. Don't think that just because you haven't registered up until this point that automatically you won't be considered. Let's keep getting people in. We need to be able to support the volumes of players that Call of Duty gets, and it's a huge user community, and we want to see everyone using the service.
Yeah, and I'll just add that it's such an awesome community. I mean, we have the best community in the world, and so it's really cool to get a chance to build something like this for them, and it's also really cool to guess what we think they'd like. We want them to also be vocal and say, I think heat maps are really cool. They should go farther and do this and this and this, or I don't like the way something looks. That kind of feedback will be awesome, and then you can see that support bar at the top of the screen. So if you click on support, there'll be a chance to submit feedback and stuff like that.
Okay. So if you want to sign up for the beta, it's callofduty.com/elite.
Yep.
That's where they're taking beta signups. You can still do that even when you see this. And you guys are going to be doing it in waves. So there's going to be a small group coming in on the first wave, and then over the course of the summer at certain milestones, you're going to add more and more and more and more people, and then ultimately it goes live for real in November of 2011.
Yep.
So it's going to be an interesting summer.
Definitely.
And my goal is to make that KDR at least 0.7. That's my goal.
Dan, you will be surprised. You'll be surprised how much you start obsessing over tiny little numbers.
Yeah,
once you have that visibility.
It has gone up. It was at 0.61, and that actually, my heart actually leapt when we started this. Like, oh, it went up! It would by 0.01. But progress is progress, damn it. I'm not going to be. I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't matter to me. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
And we'll see you. We'll see you this fall, and we'll see you this summer. Go to callofduty.com for all the latest information.
Awesome. Thanks.